Good evening, my friends, and welcome to week 5 of the Swiss rounds of the 2025 SMB3 Randomizer tournament here on SpeedGaming. Tonight, we've got a very crucial matchup between the 4-4 Cha0sFinale and the 3-5 TruantGamer. Hi everyone, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23, calling all the exciting action here at the Mushroom Kingdom. So the implications of these two races are huge. You've got Cha0sFinale, who is at 4-4, and TruantGamer, who is at 3-5. The top 32 contestants will advance to the bracket stages of this tournament. Cha0sFinale in a better position to make the bracket stages at the moment. If Chaos were to go 2-0, they'd be 6-4 in the tournament and would stand a really good chance of making it to the bracket stages. Now, if the runners split, Cha0sFinale would be 5-5, TruantGamer would be 4-6. TruantGamer really needs to sweep this series to have any hope of making it to the bracket stages at 5-5. A lot can happen as there's still plenty of coverage left of week 5 of the Swiss round. So both these runners are getting set. These are going to be 2 games. Both of them are going to be the same flag set that you've been seeing throughout the entire tournament up to this point. So people in chat, what do you think the first world is going to be tonight here in game number 1? I know what you folks want, and I know what I want. Let's get that reverse world order going here. My prediction, World 7. Ooh, Marky Mark got it right on the buzzer. It is indeed World 3 that we are starting with. So let's see, Truant finds a fort, but doesn't want to play it right now. And I do see that there's a bridge missing connecting the rest of that area. But Truant is going to take this pipe now instead, and sees is in between a rock and a hard place. So nothing doing there. Cha0sFinale looks like going to do the same thing. So you want to play this fort or you want to play that fort? Well, we're going to play 3F1. Is this even randomized? So we've got door 6 fort. We'll see if Truant decides to look up door number 5 for the potential power-up. Nope, Truant is going to go right to the Boom Boom fight. Remember that Boom Boom can have anywhere between 1 and 5 HP. Let's see what happens here. We got 1. We got 2. We got 3. We got the maximum. That's the way we like to start things off, a 5-hitter. Chaos did collect the power-up, so should have a little bit easier time with this Boom Boom fight. Needs to get 5 hits. All right, got it. No problem at all. So both runners clear 3F1. All right, Truant going back. Now going to play the second fort. We got a 3-fort world throw. Oh, boy. We've got 7F2, the Piranha Fort. And I don't know if that was a short jump or if TruantGamer wants no part of it. I think Truant is hoping that 7F2 is not required. I certainly don't blame him for that. Hoping that it's the other fort that's going to take him to the promised lands. Meanwhile, we've got Cha0sFinale playing one of the beta levels. This is the 6-2 beta, the Iceberg. And a much easier fort here. We've got the Navy. Yes, you can sail the 7 seas here. Get your salutes out in chat. No problem for the Iceberg there for Chaos. Has that level completed. Truant kicks the bomb away. I tell you what, that was some pretty good action there, as we now have 5-6 with the Parabeetles here for Chaos. Going for the P-Speed strats. As Boom Boom goes down for Truant. No problem at all for Chaos on 5-6. So that builds that bridge. So that other fort is going to build the other bridge. That fort is not required. That fort absolutely is not required. At least I don't think it is. I take that back. It is required. You want to know why it's required? See that pipe? We need that bridge to get to that pipe. That pipe takes us to Wendy's, so I hate to be the bearer of bad news, contestants, but 7F2 is required because you needed to build that bridge to get to that pipe. That is the only way to get there. So we've got the Hammer Brothers Party Mix on Truant's side, but we are missing the Sledgehammer Bros, so I want a refund. I didn't get all of my Hammer Brothers Party Mix. Come on. So we got a Hammer Bro on Prize Island here. We got a star as the item for all the hand stages, and inside the chest, a Jugum Cloud. That's nice, but that's not going to solve the problem of having to beat 7F2. 7F2 is going to be required. You have to beat 7F2 to build that bridge to get to the pipe that's going to take us to Wendy's. Now, of course, another thing that's new for this tournament, I stand corrected. I got you baited there. I thought that pipe was definitely required. It turns out it's not. Cha0s found the better route. We have the World 2 airship. Now, new for this tournament, we may not necessarily see Wendy here. Instead, hey, that's Morton on his natural airship. That's 2 hits. And Truant also found the same path. 3 hits is not enough. Oh, Morton with the super duper mega extra saltiness in race number 1. Truant getting hit by the bullet bill in a little bit of trouble here. So Cha0s has the lead with the 352, and Truant, how did Truant not get hit by the wand beams right there? That was a crazy dodge there. That's 3 hits. We got 4. 1 more to go, and Truant stays in it. As we go to World 5 now, all the odds out of the way. And it is Alaska 6F2, the Ice Fort. So it's about a 40-second lead right now for Cha0s. See how Cha0s decides to, well, that Dry Bones told him, this is a no-fly zone. You're going to have to do it the hard way. I mean, if anything, Cha0s won't have to worry about falling down. Unless, of course, they slip off. Here's TruantGamer now on 6F2. It's a Fire Flower, so could get an easy kill on Boom Boom here. Got to be careful. Those ice physics sure can be nasty at times. All right, through that part of the level. Shouldn't have too much problem finishing off this. Let's see if we can go for the fire kill there. That's exactly what Cha0s had in mind. Very nice kill right there for Cha0s as we're getting all of our runners in sync here. So the blue bridge, of course, will not build the bridge. That is gonna break the blue lock that is in the second part of this world. Next up, we've got the 3-9 beta. Luckily, it's a pretty tame enemy set, and as I say that, Cha0s makes a mistake there and loses the Fire Flower. All right, no problem there for Cha0s. Let's see if Truant can take care of the Boom Boom. I'm going to go for the bottom row here. Nothing wrong with that. We'll see. Just a 2-hitter. Nothing wrong with that. Truant takes care of 6F2 as Cha0sFinale picks up a 1-up. Our next fort today, Fort Knox, 7F1. So Cha0s is going to check to see if the block, and that's another new feature, is that block may now have a leaf. If it doesn't have a leaf, we may see that 100-coin fine into the 5-alarm chili. Unfortunately, there is no leaf, and Cha0s will not take the 100-coin fine, but oh no, Truant taking a death in the 3-9 beta. That's going to cost him some time. Cha0s, though, will have to play out the P-switch to get the Tanuki suit to finish off Fort Knox. We'll have to wait for the P-switch to expire. Truant, some more problems here in the 3-9 beta. Gonna have to take it a little bit easy here. Cha0s has the Tanuki suit now. Has to watch out for the Spiny, does Truant. Gonna go for the bomb to take out the Spiny. Let's see if it works. Nice shot. Truant is through the 3-9 beta. Well, Cha0s is not in the right location. You got to be past the plus to fly, and he was not past the plus, so gonna have to try again. All right, Truant is now in Fort Knox, and depending on the inventory, I think we might see that bath into the 5-alarm chili on Truant's side. No, Truant's gonna play it out, it looks like. That does build the bridge there for Cha0s. Next up, 2-3 with the Angry Sun. And remember, the Angry Sun activates almost immediately now. So you got to be on your toes. Truant sees that there's no leaf there. He's going to have to play out Fort Knox. So right now, Cha0s has definitely established a lead. Trying to keep that Tanuki suit intact. Watch out. Very good. Oh, Truant falls into the coins. Now, if I was playing casually, yes, I want to fall into the coins and get as many 1-ups and coins as I possibly can. Cha0s, unfortunately, loses the Tanuki suit, but does clear 2-3. All right, tower is required. There are no pipes here, so we're going to have to play out this tower. potential game changer if you're not careful. Cha0s gets his leaf. Truant is now going to get their Tanuki suit here at Fort Knox. Cha0s trying to build up peace speed here. That's dangerous. Loses the raccoon suit. So Cha0s gonna have to be a little careful here now, especially with that fire snake. And Truant has the positioning perfectly, just past the plus, so should have no problem finishing up Fort Knox. Cha0s about to be on the top of the tower to get to the second half of World 5 here. A giant Koopa in the way of that vine. No problem there for Cha0s. All right, and is through. One level has to be completed. Actually, no levels need to be completed. We can just skip that level if we want. Cha0s gets a leaf and a P-Wing. Nice grab there. Truant loses their Tanuki suit. Unfortunate. And misses the Angry Sun. Double unfortunate. And yep, Cha0s will skip the level because you never know. It could be Alcatraz. It could be Atlantis. It could be something nasty. We got the World 4 airship. And uh-oh, speaking of nastiness, that Angry Sun, Cha0s, or Truant rather, in some trouble. Cha0s gets a Fire Flower here in the World 4 airship. We'll see if we got Roy. We'll see if we may have Iggy. Who knows? The Koopalings are randomized. And it's Larry Cheatsy Koopa. Trying to get the fire kill, but unfortunately, Larry cheated. That's why he's called Cheatsy Koopa, folks. 4-hitter. So down goes Larry, and Cha0s has finished the second world. Truant is now in the tower. Down to 1 life left, so keep that in mind. Now, unlike in past tournaments, a game over will not reset your progress. So any levels that you've completed up to that point will stay completed. But it is, of course, still a time loss, no matter how you look at it. Tanuki suit is what we get from the princess, and we are keeping the odd train going, folks. We go from 3 to 5 to 7. I'm calling it World 1 next, then 2, 4, 6, 8. Wouldn't it be something if that was the order? 3, 5, 7, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8. That'd be some kind of order, folks. So Cha0s trying to find the way out. Sees a lot of pipes, but sees a lot of dead ends. Wise move there from Truant, just letting the big Koopa fall to its doom. And there is the Hammer Bro that you would never normally see in World 7, but that's one of the nuances of these flag sets. You normally see that Toad House there. No Toad House today. We get a Hammer Brothers suit. Oh, that's a great find there for Cha0s. That'll help against Bowser. All right, so it looks like Cha0s is now going to try the closest pipe to start. He's going to have to play something. He's going to have to play this level, it looks like. Cha0s being a little bit indecisive here in World 7, and that could cost him some time. You got to be decisive here. You got to make your decisions here, and Cha0s is having a tough time making up his mind what he wants to do first. And it could allow Truant to gain significant time. We can use this P-Wing here, and it's 6'10 with an Angry Sun. Surprised he would use the P-Wing there. There's a lot of nasty levels that P-Wing could come in handy, but Cha0s has made up his mind. He wants to use the P-Wing here. Truant takes care of Larry, and we'll move on to World 7. And that ice block melt. I think Cha0s wanted to save that ice for that Angry Sun there, but you only have a limited amount of time to throw that ice block before it melts. All right, so we're going to play the Piranha level. Nice, get some P-speed there. So able to complete that level with very little trouble. We've got a hand stage, our second one. This is the coins for TruantGamer. So that'll garner him another star in his inventory. All right, Cha0s finds the promised land. Unfortunately, a bridge needs to be built, so now he's gonna have to go back and find the area that has the fortress. Luckily, it's not 7F2. That is now out of play. So we're going to have to find the correct pipe that's going to take him to the fort to build that bridge. That's not it. That's the stealth pipe, the pipe with a view. And look at this. Truant is following his footsteps. Going to see that same dead-end pipe with a view. So that's not it. That's it, though. But I'll tell you what. The indecisiveness Cha0sFinale had has enabled TruantGamer to catch up. We do have the Air Force. Get your salutes out in chat. That's 2 out of the 3 main military branches. Unfortunately, Truant has picked the wrong pipe, so Cha0s may have an opportunity to reestablish that lead. Cha0s has no problem with the Air Force, just has to handle Boom Boom now. It's a 3-hitter. Truant takes care of the piranha level, gets another star. A lot of stars so far here in terms of the items. But more importantly, it is Cha0sFinale who has kept the lead. Now, let's see if Truant does take the correct pipe. That's the correct pipe. And Cha0s will use a star here. I think that's a great idea. We'll get a nice reward at the end. You never know. And it's enough to last him the entire level. Hey, it's a P-Wing. Got that P-Wing right back. Truant having some problem with the Air Force, short of that jump, and gonna have to be very careful here to not lose more time. World 7 airship in its rightful spot. We'll see if we've got Ludwig von Koopa at the helm. Careful, it's a long way down there, Cha0s. You don't want to be missing any of those jumps. All right. Truant does get to the end, but still has to take care of Boom Boom. Needs to get 3 hits without taking damage. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Already got Roy. Going for the fire kill. Once again, can't get the fire kill. Does not have the earthquake this time. 3. It's a 3-hit Roy. We welcome everybody from SpeedGaming 2 to the SMB3 Randomizer 2025 tournament. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. We have got Cha0sFinale taking on TruantGamer in a very crucial 2 games here in the final week of the Swiss rounds, as both of these runners are vying for a spot in the bracket stages. Cha0sFinale is 4-4. And 3-5 is the record for TruantGamer, as we do have World 1. We do have World 1. The odd trade continues, folks. Could we possibly have perfect odds, then perfect evens? Oh, that would be something. Come on, World 2 next. 3-8 is up next, but no boss bass this time. In fact, no any sea life. No marine life whatsoever here in 3-8. I don't think these runners mind. So if Cha0sFinale wins both, goes to 6-4, they have an excellent chance of making the top 32 to get to the brackets. Truant would need to sweep to get to 5-5 and would need some help to get to the brackets. Forgettable fort. It is 5F1, or the block flame fort. No, the block frame fort. Down goes Roy for Truant. Cha0s making quick work of 5F1. I can see why people call it the forgettable fort. 3 hits is not enough. It's a 4-hit Boom Boom there. Anybody who's played the game casually probably never played this fort. They would just play 5-3 instead because they did not want to play this fort. This fort is kind of tricky. I don't think it's that bad now, but growing up I did not like 5F1. Here's 1-6. Truant's now at 3-8. And pretty straightforward 3-8, but Truant having a little bit of problems. Ended up missing these platforms here. Cha0s doesn't have a tail, so he's going to have to take the 1-6 escalator of shame here. Just going to take this nice and easy. No problem there for Cha0s. And Truant, despite a couple of hiccups, does get past 3-8. We do have to play this fort, and speaking of escalators, we do have the escalator fort here, 6F1. And here's the other fort. Truant's in 5F1. That is not going to be the one that breaks the lock. Chaos having some problems here, though, in 6F1. Down to small, so gonna have to take... Oh, and the Disco Waffle picks him off. So Chaos will have to try again. He's gonna use a P-Wing. Again, I'm surprised he would use a P-Wing here. I mean, there are a lot of nasty levels left that P-Wing could come in handy. Again, to each their own, but I'm a little surprised he would use a P-Wing on this level. Truant takes care of 5F1, no problem there. And we welcome everybody from SMB3 Rando to the SMB3 Randomizer 2025 tournament here on SpeedGaming. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Cha0sFinale at 4-4. TruantGamer at 3-5 with brackets at stake for both of our runners. Truant does have the tail, but didn't get the P-speed. That's the problem sometimes of getting P-speed right there, is that little gap can sometimes sap your P-speed, and that's exactly what happened on Truant's side right there. Here's 5-3 now. Yeah, you always want to fly there if you can, but you have to really pay attention to your P-mirror, and that time Truant paid attention, saved himself right there from taking another death. Now, once again, that gap is very, very nasty there. That little one tile gap where you can lose P-speed. Doesn't always happen, but it seems to happen more often than not. And that time, TruantGamer caught himself. Good save. No problem with 1-3. Had a very favorable enemy set. Now it's Truant's turn to do 6F1 Escalator Fort. Anybody's game right now. This is reasonably close. I mean, the inventory definitely favors Chaos. Truant has been playing a bit on the minimalist side, as we now have 5-7. Nice pick off there of the Lakitu there for Chaos, making the rest of 5-7 going to be quick work. Truant in some trouble here. A Disco, ooh, was able to jump over the Disco there. And we'll able to get a leaf. Probably was hoping for a star to get the bro kill, but no such luck. Here is the Hammer Bro fight. We got standard Hammer Bros. No problem there for Chaos, and picks up a star. And Escalator 4 completed there for Truant. So at the moment, 2 levels and a Hammer Bro behind, as we have the World 5 airship. Of course, 1-3 is a very beefy level. Truant is definitely going to have to work it. All right, Ludwig von Koopa has the Earthquake. So 2. He's got 3. He's got 4. He went Mega Platinum there. He was not a one-hit wonder that time. He went Platinum. Chaos takes down Ludwig and will advance to the next world. Come on, World 2. Let's keep the order going. So all the odds are done. It's nothing but even worlds left. Ah, it's World 6. But wait a minute. Hold on, folks. Hear me out. Let's go reverse. 6, 4, 2, 8. Now that would be pretty good too. Let's make it happen. Ooh, Fire Bro's having a little bit of problem here as, boy, these dodges here from that Fire Bro. How many dodges was that? 3, 4? And picks up a Jugum Cloud for his troubles. Man, that was a nasty Fire Bro fight there from Chaos. Truant now in 5-7. Also picks off the Lakitu, so the rest of 5-7 is going to go nice and smooth. And a couple of power-ups from Chaos. It was the Leaf and the Star, and it is Spike Fort, World 2 Fort. Able to take care of a lot of Boo Diddleys there, all right? Good choice using the Star there for Truant, and use a Star, get a Star. You gotta be careful that you don't fly too high here in Spike Fort. There are spikes in the ceiling that you can't not see, but trust me, they are there. If you fly too high, you will take damage. Just a 2-hit boom boom fight there for Chaos. Down it goes. All right, we have a single sledgehammer bro here, and I believe this is an unused or maybe a brand new Hammer Brothers layout, but that definitely is something that you would have seen in World 2 had that been a setting. Again, I don't know if this was in the beta or if this was actually a brand new make. Here's 8-1. Now this is the kind of level you'd want to play with a P-Wing. Let's see if Cha0s takes the pipe. He does. We'll see if he checks the block. He does. And we'll never know what it was. But obviously, it was nothing that Cha0s wanted, because you really want to have a lead for this final stretch here in 8-1. But you could have made that. Now he's just showboating. Look at that. He takes care of all of the bullet bills there. That's a pretty swag finish, I must say so myself. Well done. Meanwhile, TruantGamer is now at the halfway point. Just cleared that fort, took down Ludwig von Koopa, and is now going to join Cha0s in World 6. Another star there for Cha0s, and here we go for TruantGamer to start World 6. Here is 3-1 now for Cha0s. And some Fire Bros. Let's see how Truant gets on. And again, extra super mega dodgy. That Fire Bro on top right there. Holy smokes. Meanwhile, Cha0s having some problems here in 3-1. Has to watch out for Nanny Blooper. Made it. And Truant's now at the Spike Fort. So Cha0s has continued to keep the lead here. No hammers, so we must play this level. Gonna use a Tanuki suit. And it's 8-2, probably a good use of the Tanuki suit here, and is not going to take the Quicksand of Shame, so gonna play out at full. That can always be dangerous because there's a lot of ways you can die here. Ooh, lost the tail there. But does time that jump beautifully onto the music box and is cleared 8-2. Meanwhile, Truant has just finished up Spike Fort and is trying to keep pace here with Cha0s in this first of 2 games tonight. All right, next up we got 3-4. Again, good decision for Truant to use the star. Gets a P-Wing. All right, Truant now playing 3-2. And just going to play it safe. You do see, uh-oh. I say that, and he falls right down, and the Cheap finishes him off. Might take the top route now, or just use a star. And use a leaf. 1-5 beta now, and something new that's been added this tournament is we do have a power-up. It's not in the greatest of locations, though, so you kind of have to decide if it's worth it. Take a look. There you go. That's where it is. Well, he's definitely going to have to take it now because he's, well, wow. Getting picked off by everything is now really going to have to be careful. Yeah, we got the power-up. We have new enemy sets because, you know, you always used to see beetles here, but now you can see anything, which is not swell. Luckily, we got a despawn, no more plants there, so Cha0s is able to get through the rest of the 1-5 beta. All right, and Truant is going to play the Boomerang Bros, and oh boy, gets picked off as Cha0s has found the way out, and we have the World 3 airship, and is going to use the P-Wing again. Tell you what, he has definitely been very generous on the usage of the P-Wings there. I think a lot of people might have been more lenient and wanted to save those P-Wings. So far, it's worked out, though, for Cha0s. But there's still a lot of worlds left, a lot of levels left that could cause some problems here. As Lemmy is finished off. And it's now Truant's turn to do 3-1. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those rocket cheaps. Yeah, that's the one that picked off a Cha0s in his attempt. So I would imagine that, yep, Truant is gonna grab this power up here. It is a star. So he's going to have to hurry because the stars do not last very long, and next up is World 2. Well, there goes that idea. Oh, oh boy! Oh, Truant escapes! Uh-oh, we've got 6-6 on Chaos side. This could get ugly here because we don't have a fire flower. Tried to use the tail, but just a little bit too late. That baby Cheep able to do its job, and so is Nanny Blooper. Now Chaos in a little bit of a pickle. Oh, speaking of pickles, 8-2 claims another victim. That's a game over, so that's going to cost Truant some time. Again, fortunately in this flag set, it does not reset your entire progress. But, again, that is it. Oh! And that Fire Piranha does its job and takes care of Chaos. And this level could present some problems for both of our runners, and I don't blame Chaos for using the Jugum right there, because once he gets past these Fire Bros, that's a checkpoint. I think that's a good idea right there, and a hammer for his efforts. I think that was a good idea. I mean, yeah, he could have used it on the lock, but I don't think it's going to be too much of a big deal, as we do have the carpet fort of 6F3. Chaos was thinking about the leaf, and that indecisiveness cost him his fire flower. Alright, so Truant now in 8-2. I believe, yes, he does have a P-Wing. I don't blame him for using a P-Wing on this level. There's some very nasty jumps. Alright, Truant is through 8-2. Here's the Boom Boom fight now at 6F3. 3-hitter. So Chaos has completed that fort. Alright, now it's Truant's turn to do 3-4. There's the lock breaking. Which way will he go? Gonna go down. 3-5. Truant is gonna stop for the power-up, it looks like, and does get a fire flower out of it. Oh, watch out for that Cheep. Good dodges there from Chaos, and is through 3-5, no problem. Was able to successfully avoid the fireworks show. So sorry, folks in chat, no fireworks for you. Jackpot time now for Chaos 3-7. Considering how late it is, and considering that he already has a Sledgehammer Bro suit to his name, I don't think he's going to play the Coin Heaven. But considering that he's been hit a couple of times, he may, well, he may want to reconsider. That's a nasty enemy set here. Oh boy. And that Paragoomba, oh, got him. I think Chaos is gonna, yeah, I don't blame him. Don't risk it when you're small, because you never know what enemies might be at the end. There might be more fire nippers. I think that's a wise choice. True, now in the World 3 airship. And that's another new feature, is that you can now see those homing bullet bills anywhere. Frog suit is what we get at the end. Probably not what he was looking for, but hey, it's a power-up. Gonna use the frog suit. Gonna put it to work right now. Probably take the intentional hit. Oh, this is not good. Nice pick-off, though, to finish off the Boomerang Bros, and it was worth it. It's a hammer. So if there's some locks at World 8, definitely could use them there. As Truant takes care of the Koopaling. So right now, Chaos has established a full world lead now on TruantGamer. So World 4 is going to be up next before we have World 8. So we got Iggy. And once again, the fire kill is unsuccessful for Cha0s. It's just not been able to get that fire kill. But takes down Iggy nonetheless. Truant uses the star and sees we got 6-6. I don't know if he's got a Jugum Cloud or not, but we saw that Cha0s struggled with 6-6. Right, and here's World 4. And there's a fort. I'm telling you, folks, it's not building that bridge. The fort is not going to build that bridge unless it's the only fort of World 4. I'm telling you, folks, it's not building that bridge. It's a sucker bet. Now, it may be required to beat the level anyways, as it might build a lock that might get us to the rest of this level. But I'm telling you right now, if this is not the only fort of World 4, it's not building that bridge. Oh, and Truant gets picked off by the Piranha Gauntlet in 6-6. Does have a Jugum Cloud and a star. Let's see if he decides to use that Jugum. Yep, does the same thing, and I certainly don't fault him for that. No bridge. No bridge, I told you, folks. It's a sucker bet each and every time. If there's more than one fort, the fort closest to start never, ever builds the bridge. Now, of course, it might have broke a lock needed to get to the rest of this. We'll never know that, but I'm telling you, if I was playing this, I'd have skipped it. I'd have skipped it. It never, ever builds the bridge unless it's the only fort. Danny P. Speed said it happened last night. Vids or no dids? Meanwhile, Truant trying to finish off the carpet fort here is in a very precarious spot, and the Disco Waffles get him. Coin ship time now for Cha0s. These two enemies could be random. As you can see, we got a fire bro on the left. It's no longer two boomerang bros necessarily. It can be anything. So now these coin ships have gotten a little bit more difficult for the runners, but it does reward Cha0s with another Jugum Cloud. Uh-oh, and here's our first appearance of Boss Bass at Cha0s. That was definitely intentional. To the delight of the fans, it's a 100 coin fine. This, I'm gonna use the P, yeah. This is a good level to use a P-Wing on. I definitely agree with this play. Or any kind of leaf, of course, for that matter, but yeah, P-Wing, nothing wrong with that. I agree with this play. Hey, there's a 1-up. I bet a lot of you folks didn't know it was there. I think I knew it was there once upon a time, but it's been a long time. You just don't see the runners get that 1-up. Cha0s is through 7-2. So since we saw 4F2, that donut fort, it's got to be 4F1, right? Yep. Our World 4 forts have paired up, and this will build our bridge. All right, so Cha0s will take the basement route, try to get another power-up or perhaps a star. It will be a leaf. Kind of a nasty spot for that Boo Diddley, but I think Cha0s should be okay if he doesn't mess up those jumps. Truant using a fire flower, having problems, unfortunately, with this carpet fort. It is a tough fort. Not the toughest fort of the game, but it's up there in difficulty. Another boom boom down there for Cha0s. That is all for 4F1. So that'll build our bridge. Right, and it's another star for Cha0s. I think TruantGamer is going to be in good shape to clear the fort this time. Cha0s has now made it to the World 6 airship. We'll see if he flies over, goes for first class, or just goes for coach. All right, does not know the clip, so we'll go coach. We got a little bit too close to that jet, but does get a fire flower. Gonna give that fire kill another shot. Let's see if he can get it this time. It is Wendy, so maybe it would behoove him to get it. Yeah, beautifully done. We got some grilled baconators there on Cha0s side. Flame broiled. Yeah, perfect, the perfect play field to take down Wendy. And when you have that Fire Flower, because she could be a 5-hitter, and that would have not have been a fun fight for Chaos. All right, it's time for World 8, folks. How many obstacles do you think there are? How many levels have to be played? And how many bridges are there going to be, or locks? How many obstacles in total? I'm going to say 4. 1 bridge, 3 levels. So 4 obstacles in total. Boy, pick a level, any level here. We got 5F2 now, the Lava Fort. Bowser's Furnace. I've called it a new nickname. I've been thinking about this since the last time I've done SMB3 Randomizer commentary. And I think I'm going to call it Bowser's Furnace. That's what it is. I know what you're thinking. Why would Bowser need a furnace? I mean, he breathes fire. I mean, still gets cold in the winter. I'm sure of it. So Truant is not going to take the Cloud Heaven. Hopefully the enemy set is not too bad. As get some more salutes out in chat. We got super tanks. All right, fortunately the enemy set was tame for Truant and is able to get through 3-7. All right, and here comes the boom boom fight. Fire kill. Easy. So it's the World 1 airship now, but Truant mistiming the cannonballs there, and we have 2 bridges, and a level. That's 3 obstacles. So if you said 3, you were right. Chaos already has found the way to the end here, and Bowser's Castle with that Sledgehammer Bro suit. All right, gets the 1-up on the every person's clip. See if he gets the mac and cheese. Does not get it. Gonna try again. Gets it. Very nicely done. Impressive. This needs to land a few hammer bros. And of course, you can't get too close to Bowser anymore because of that hitbox. There is no savior from Bowser's hitbox now. You got to do it the legit way. Hi, Bowser. And bye, Bowser. Get your GGs out. Stomps on his foot as well for good measure. Get your GGs out for Cha0sFinale. That's going to put him at 5-4. If he can win this next game, he'll have a good chance of making the bracket stages. Impressive run for Cha0sFinale. An official time of 40 minutes and 38 seconds for Cha0sFinale, and an immediate forfeit from TruantGamer. So TruantGamer will drop to 3-6, and Cha0sFinale will improve to 5-3. So, or 5-4, I beg your pardon. 5-4 is now the record for Cha0sFinale. So if Cha0sFinale can win this next one, he stands a real good chance of making it to the brackets. So we're going to take a little bit of a break here. We're going to come back, and Cha0sFinale and TruantGamer will battle it out in our second game of this match, Week 5 of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer 2025 tournament here on SpeedGaming. We'll continue in just a moment. Stick around. All right, folks, welcome back to our second game of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament. We are in week 5 of the Swiss rounds, the final week before we start the brackets. I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23. Game 1 was won by Cha0sFinale, putting his record at 5-4. So Cha0sFinale, if he wins tonight, will stand a real good chance of making it to the top 32 into the bracket stages. So TruantGamer would love to play spoiler here. So, our folks in chat, what world do you think we're going to start with this time? A lot of guesses in chat here, but I'll tell you what, I'm sticking to my guns here. We're going for that reverse world order here. We're starting with World 7. That is my guess. So Cha0sFinale looking to punch his ticket into the bracket stages, and TruantGamer looking to play spoiler here. We'll see what happens. Chaos with a rather convincing win in game number 1 of the set. We'll see if he can continue his winning ways here in game number 2, or if TruantGamer can pull it off and spoil Cha0sFinale's bid of making it to the brackets. We have released both of the runners, so they should be getting started very shortly here. Our second game here on SpeedGaming, the 2025 Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament, Swiss Rounds, Week 5. The last race for both of these here in the set. There's our countdown. 10 seconds until showtime for both of our runners. Last chance to get your guesses in. And here we go. We are starting with World 6. So Moonlit Angel was correct. Well done. Oh my gosh, what a start. We are starting with 7F2, and there's no way around it this time. This world is required. Oh boy. You're going to have to complete this world whether you like it or not, and Chaos is going to use the only leaf he's got. I have to hope he pulls it off here. Truant stuck between a rock and a hard place and then gets picked off by the fireball. Ugh, this is just nasty. Yep, you do get 3 items into your inventory to start each game. Luckily, the Tunnel of Love has the one of each. That's the one you want to see. You don't want to see the 2 fire piranhas, and you kind of don't really want to see the 2 regular piranhas either. All right, Chaos through the first part. And is going to just speed to the end here. Let's see what Boom Boom has to offer. It's a 3-hitter. All right. Truant playing very safe here. He's going to have to just time this real good. And yeah, just got stuck in that same spot just like last time. I mean, it's just problematic when you're in between 2 fire piranhas like this. Truant is just going to have to grin and bear it here and hope can get to that power-up. 1-5 now on Chaos side. So if you're on Truant, this is not the level you want to start with when you're trying to play spoiler. Well, trust me, Zero, I did not roll this seed. I do not have an account with Racetime GG, so there's no possible way I can roll a seed. Oh, I see what Truant was trying to do, but oh, that fireball would have picked him off, so he's going to have to be very careful. He can do this, though. Next up, we've got 2-3. No Angry Sun. Looks like no Boss Bass either, so a friendly enemy set. Oh, and Truant missed the jump, the SMB3 jump. At least that's what I think that happened. That is brutal. So it's looking real good. Oh, no. Chaos gave those 2 Koopa Troopas the kiss of death there, and that's a time cost there. Because now those ones are going to respawn. He's going to have to pick up another shell enemy of some sort. I mean, this will definitely do, but When you've got, oh my gosh, this is intolerable here on Chaos side. Everything he needs is stuck with the spiny here. Oh no. And somehow he doesn't get hit. That is absolutely crazy. Oh no. So that's what happened. The plant reappeared when he thought it wasn't gonna reappear. That's just too bad. All right, so Chaos is through 2-3. That was a wacky trip right there, that's for sure. That's a good question. You would think the runners would be allowed to restart seeds. I mean, they do it in Dragon Warrior Randomizer, they do it in Zelda Randomizer, so yeah, if Truant wants to get that leaf back, he certainly can. So let's see what Chaos decides to go. Oh, we go from a forced 7F2 to a forced Atlantis. Oh, whoever rolled this seed, you've done your due diligence for tonight. Yeah, Dust Minion rolling the seed. I mean, you thought Krista Joy rolled some particularly nasty seeds. I mean, I know she rolls bad race 1 seeds, but Dust Minion certainly rolled a winner of a race 2 seed, didn't he, folks? Oh, no. And that nanny blooper is continually following Chaos. Unfortunately, they cannot go up into the water, those babies. At least I don't think they can. But who knows? Oh boy, Truant having some problems with the Tunnel of Love there in 7F2. Unfortunately, still stuck on Piranha Fort. Chaos just trying to dodge those Gelectros here. No problem at the ending here, so at least the ending of Atlantis was tame. The ending can be nasty. Luckily, it wasn't this time. Truant going to be very careful. Does make the SMB3 jump this time. And is going to try to keep that power up so he has a little bit of insurance for the Boom Boom fight. All right, and gets a leaf. And Truant takes care of the Boom Boom fight. Finally out of 7F2, doesn't have to worry about that anymore tonight. Fortunately for Chaos, that's a troll pipe. Dead end. And our next fort, Spike Fort, World 2 Fort. Truant having some problems in 1-5, unfortunately. A nasty enemy set. Yeah, you don't want to be doing the strat that you would normally do in vanilla, because chances are you're gonna get hit unless you get lucky and have the right enemy set, and that Spiney's gonna ruin his day. Back to the Spike Fort. It's a mushroom here for Chaos. We'll have no shot at flying this time. Chaos unfortunately missed the door, so gonna have to wait a cycle. And Truant gonna wait out on the Spiny, gets past. And I thought Truant maybe was going to go for the power up there, but is going to try to finish it off and get past these piranhas, whatever might be here. Nothing too intimidating, fortunately, as we now have 1-3. Chance at an item here for Chaos if he decides to go for it. Any levels and forts that you complete stay beaten even if you take a game over. That's a new flag set that has been established here for this tournament. So Chaos is going to go for the item. This would normally be a warp whistle in vanilla. This chest is a secret to everybody. I love the Zelda Randomizer. The Zelda reference. It's a hammer inside that chest. That's a very nice find there for Chaos. A hammer. Here's Truant now in 4-4, which is another nasty level because of the ending here, but I could decide to leave him alone, give Truant a break here. Speaking of breaks, Paraguma giving Chaos no breaks here in 4-1, but does get past the level. Truant will go for the item here in this mushroom house. Can't you knock before it's coming into someone's house? I love it. Of course, these are reusables. We do have 7F1, so both 7F1 and 7F2 here in World 6. Fort Knox. And this time, Chaos is going to go into the 5-alarm chili. Wants to use the leaf to just skip the rest of it. Good call. I'd say that fire, bro, has been dodgy all night. It should be in Dragon Warrior Randomizer instead of SMB3 Randomizer with all these dodges. All right, here's the boom boom fight now for Chaos. Takes it down. Just a one-hitter this time. Truant is now in Atlantis. We'll see if Truant... Ooh, that cheap could have been very nasty there as Chaos is home free. Oh, no. And Truant loses his Fire Flower and is now small. He's going to have that same problem that Chaos had at the start. Lots and lots of life. I think that they spawned one of the goldfish there. Only for 2 more to spawn with it. My word. Oh, we got Roy who has Earthquake. Oh, and his Chaos is stun locked. Was fortunate to get out of it. That's 3. Yeah, Roy's our boy, all right. It's a 5-hitter. He had the maximum strength. Came to play here in game number 2. Truant is through the very tough part. There was no enemies at the end, so it should be a free ride to the end here for Truant. So it does get past Atlantis on the first shot. All right, so gets a music box from the princess. 5 is up next. And we do have an invalid seed. It's 3F2. We didn't see 3F2 in game number 1 as the Boomerang Bros decide to end Truant's turn is going to use that mushroom. So 3F2, the underwater fort. And Truant does get past it this time, picks up a leaf. I think we're going to see that same troll pipe that we saw on Chaos side. Yep. This time the Boom Boom bulked up to 4 hits as Truant is now playing Spike Fort. So that will break the lock. And 5-2, we did not see this last time. Careful that you don't slip and fall. All right, didn't fall. Oh, we have an Angry Sun as well. Well, that Angry Sun is a non-factor. And Chaos makes quick work here, and Truant's trying to finish off the Spike Fort here. Should be able to, well, don't make jumps like that. Still, Truant should be able to complete this fort. And get your salutes out in chat as we are back to the Air Force. As that was a 5-hit Boom Boom fight. Truant took care of it, though. Very good. Yeah, it's going to have to be careful. Some nasty jumps and some very deadly placements of these rocky wrenches here. But it does look like that Chaos has gotten across as Truant gets a Tanuki suit from that Toad House. We'll use a leaf, and Boom Boom is down. So Truant is now in 1-3. Let's see if he decides to go for the bonus item, which again was a hammer that Chaos ended up getting earlier. Ooh, oh, no. That was definitely not intentional that time. Boss Pass was ready to go. That's a meal right there in Jackpot. Well, the Jackpot went to the Boss Pass there. So Chaos got to be a little more patient than that. There we go. So Truant does decide to take the chest and will be rewarded with a hammer. I think Chaos is probably going to go for the Coin Heaven again. I would. I wouldn't want to deal with that boss bass. Yep, gonna do the same thing, and it's early enough. I certainly don't blame him for that decision. Nice use of the tail to take care of the fire snake for Truant here in 4-1. We'll see what we have at the end this time here for Chaos, and it's a mushroom. Well, could have been worse, but we'll take it. All right, so that pipe definitely will take us to the other side, so it looks like tower is not required this time. But we do have 2 levels that we have to complete and a Hammer Bro stage, and problems here for Chaos, but not bad. So, Truant not going to check the block to see if maybe there's a leaf there. He's going to play it safe, play it conservative, and we'll just get the Tanuki suit right here. 2 levels for Chaos to finish up World 5, the second world, and it's a freebie. We got the waterfall. Good old Niagara Falls. It's a little bit of a breather there for Chaos. Truant's got his Tanuki suit here at Fort Knox. Truant flies up, no problem at all. 1 level left to go. What's it gonna be? 4-5. This Boom Boom is down on Truant's side. No problem there for Chaos. Done with 4-5. And Truant is now at the World 6 airship. We'll see if he can finish off the 5-hit Roy. Be cool if he could finish with the Tanuki suit intact. We'll see if that ends up being the case. World 4 airship time now for Chaos. 5 hits are needed to take down Roy here, and Chaos is in some trouble. But he's going to get a mushroom here. 3 hits for Truant. 4 hits for Truant. Lemmy at the end. We got our Tanuki finished. Get your commands out in chat, folks. Boy, Lemmy came to play. Lemmy came to play here in game number 2. All right, so there is the music box for Truant, and we'll see what our next level is going to be. We had 6, we had 5. How about 4? 6, 5, 4. Let's go! All right, pick a pipe, any pipe. So this time there's no fort at start. Well, it's hard to say. That might be required, but gonna check the other pipe. Maybe it's the other fort that builds the bridge. We'll see if it's just that simple. Could be. Donut Fort, 4F2. That's other one's got to be 4F1. Because usually in World 4 Fort, if there's 4F2, 4F1 has to be the other one. And vice versa, of course. All right, 3F2 completed here for Truant. Donut Fort time for Chaos. We got the Boom Boom fight. And bulked up to 4 hits. Now it's Truant's turn at 5-2. It does not build the bridge, so gonna have to go all the way around. Truant does not fall. Oh, well, I almost jinxed it. I did jinx it. Wow. Unbelievable. I jinxed it. That's my bad. That's commentator's curse. All right, 5-7 now for Chaos. Now, luckily, this stage is typically a little easier than the vanilla game, but it's still not pleasant. But Truant does get past 5-2. So this is the one that is going to build the bridge. It's not 4F1. Wow, a little bit of a curveball here. We got 3F1 instead. Very, very interesting. That's a rarity here in World 4. Usually you see 4F2. The other one's going to be 4F1 and vice versa. But not this time. We got thrown a curveball. Speaking of curveballs, Truant got thrown a curveball known as the Air Force. All right, so that will build the bridge for Chaos, and 4F1, our troll fort, is elsewhere. All right, Truant picks up a fire flower in the Toad House. So I'll tell you what, Truant will have an opportunity to potentially gain some time if he goes for the other 50-50. Because we do have the World 5 airship now. All right, trying to get the fire kill on Iggy. No need, it was a one-hit quitter. As Krista Joy would say, shove Iggy back into the locker. Yeah, definitely. Not with a performance like that tonight. A one-hit quitter. Yeah, get back to the minors. All right, Truant with the Boom Boom fight. It's just a one-hitter. That Boom Boom can join Iggy in the minors. Jugum Cloud from the Princess. We go to World 3. The order continues. 6, 5, 4, 3. Come on, 2 next. And then 1. Truant is now in 3-7. Watch out for Boss Bass. All right, safe for the moment. Not safe anymore. Once again, commentator's curse. All right, so let's see what happens. As Chaos is going to play the coin ship. We got a Sledgehammer Bro and a Boomerang Bro, and it was ready for both of that fire suit, and it's a Jugum Cloud. All right, let's see if Truant's a little bit more careful this time around, as we do have one of the 3 hand stages. We have the coin level again. And Truant is not going to go for the coin heaven. That's a Jugum Cloud right there for Chaos. It turns out it's not bad to skip it this time because, you know, we don't have it. And hey, we got our fireworks show, and there's 4F1 in World 3. So our troll fort is here. Yes, still has the fire suit intact, so should get a nice fire kill off of the Boom Boom. Speaking of fire kills, Truant trying to get the fire kill on the Hammer Bros, and does so to pick up a P-Wing. Alright, that did build the bridge. It's looking like that pipe has to take us to Wendy this time. I can't be wrong twice in a row, can I? Here's the Muncher run now. We got 7-7. Some players can do a clip to skip this entire thing. It's very difficult to do. And I don't expect either of these 2 runners to perform it. We'll see if Cass is able to do it without losing the power-up. It's tough to do. Oh, just going all the way! Oh, not quite. This was a little bit too slow ducking underneath, but still, that was a solid run there. Good effort there from Chaos. Got Truant now in World 4-5. Let's see what fort we've got here. Not even gonna play it. No shot. There are some nasty forts left. I mean, the nastiest one is gone. I mean, we don't have 7F2 anymore. I mean, could have been World 8. I mean, there's not really many bad forts. I mean, I guess World 8, if you want to pick a bad fort, would have been it. I don't think World 8 fort's that bad personally, but I mean, 6F3 was still in play, so I guess there's that. But, yeah. I mean, hopefully Chaos decided to skip a hard fort. We'll see if Truant plays that fort when he gets there. Yeah, 2F has already been played in this seed. I'm holding out hope that we've got a 3 World 6 for World 8. It's still possible right now. Speaking of still possible, we started 6, 5, 4, 3. Give me 2. Give me 2. Truant having some problems here with Lemmy. Has done a really good job with the dash. It's still intact, folks. We're 1 away. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7. Let's do it. Reverse order, just about. Come on. We got a 50-50 chance, folks. It could happen. I see what you did there, Leslie Pro. All right, here's Truant playing 4F2. We know this is not going to be the one that builds the bridge, unfortunately. We've got 2-5 now on Chaos side. Ooh, in between the two Goombas there, so Chaos got to be a little careful here. Speaking of careful, Truant, problem with the Boo Diddley here, so gonna have some work to do to finish off this Boom Boom fight. But gets the job done, so the Donut Fort is done for TruantGamer. Frog suit time, and it's World 1 Fort. See if he changes it up for a leaf. Well, no leaf there, it's a star. Now it's a flashing star, so I think we're going to see another star at the end. Yep, and Cass does not want the frog suit anymore. He's going to change it up. Oh, it's a fire flower. I thought it would be another star. No star here. But no leaf, so can't get the item. I'm going to try to do the block clip. He is trying to clip. Tried it once, didn't get it, so he's just going to play it the normal way. And while Truant is in 5-7 and is in there. All right, fire suit should be no problem for the Boom Boom fight. There it is. Oh, I believe it, Marky. I mean, it's bound to happen at some point. I just have not seen it personally, but I do believe it. That I do believe. What happened tonight? All right, so TruantGamer getting ready to wrap up 3F1 to build that bridge, as we got the pyramid stage now for Chaos. No tail, so gonna have to... Whoa, nice pick off of the Paragoomba there for Chaos. That's never fun. It's always fun to take them out. Speaking of Paragoombas, there's the revenge. Alright, Chaos is in there. Nice shot on the fire, bro. And Truant will be getting ready to play the airship here. He's going to go top route, and we've got 7-2 with the large enemy set, so no boss pass this time. Won't be able to get P speed, so he's going to have to play through it a little bit, but it won't be too bad. Again, it's the large enemy set, not a real big deal. The one-hit Iggy goes down. Lucas got a little bit too close to that Piranha, lost the fire suit. But no problem. We'll get past 7-2. Truant now on their way to World 3, which is our 4th world of this second race. Chaos is going to check the hammer, bro, to see if there's anything that could be useful. Takes care of the boomerang, bro, and it's a hammer. Yeah, that hammer could come in handy. How did Chaos get the kill on that fire, bro? What a shot! That is a difficult shot right there, and somehow Cha0s pulled it off. 1-2 is up next. Truant's going to play the coin chip small, and remember, we do have a sledgehammer bro. Well, the boomerang bro took care of him. Truant now going to play the hand level, which I believe is going to give him another Jugum Cloud. World 3 airship now. Truant's now on the troll fort. Cha0s gets their leaf. All right, let's see who we've got. It's Morton. Last time was on the maximum sodium, and this time Bowser decided to cut him down to reduced sodium. Two-hitter. All right, moment of truth, folks. Do we have the perfect order leading up to World 7? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7. Come on. Give it to us. Yes, we got it. We got it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7. Let's go. Oh, what a beautiful world order, folks. All right, next up is 610. Truant is now in the Muncher run. Having some problems, though. I have to play this a little bit carefully. Oh, the cheap picks off Cha0s. And we'll have to try it again. Oh, Truant, hurry up! No, Truant's done for. This is the level I want to have fire suit in because I want to just shoot all the coins. But obviously, in a run like this, you want to just get through it as quick as possible. And there is a hidden pipe, which would get you a Hammer Brothers suit. You gotta get to the P-switch, those piranhas that are guarding a pipe. Inside that pipe, once you activate the P-switch, has a Hammer Brothers suit. A lot of people don't know about it, though. So the level that Cha0s decided to skip ended up being 6F1, so the triple World 6 Fort and World 8 dream is dead. Might have 2 out of 3, though. Cha0s now on 4-9, and looks like he's going to take the intentional 100 coin fine. I don't know if he wants to just play a different level, or if he's going to try to do the small. He's got Jugum Clouds up the wazoo, so yeah, I'm going to use one here. Ooh, we have Alaska, 6F2. Let's hope that Cha0s doesn't fall into the abyss, because that will be a waste of a Jugum Cloud, unfortunately, if he does not get this right. Yeah, I definitely would call this unofficial RWO, because we went 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7, 8. A beautiful world order, if I do say so myself. Yep, Cha0s got it right. He's at that fire kill. Good job. Takes care of the boom boom. So the Jugum Cloud was definitely worth it. And we'll move on to our next level. Uh-oh, and we've got Alcatraz with Boss Bass. I think we might be seeing another Jugum Cloud here, folks. I certainly don't blame him. No shot. You don't want to take any chances. Yeah, you're definitely going to play that star 100 times out of 100. As Larry Cheatsy Koopa goes down for Truant, that's a music box there for Cha0s. No star this time. Interesting. And he's going to just use the music boxes because he kind of doesn't have much use for them. I mean, he could use it on the Piranha levels, but I think he wants to play the Piranha levels to gain inventory. Yeah, 7-5 with Boss Bass. Yeah, I'm passing on that 100 times out of 100. All right, here's the Wendy fight. Going to be tough to get the fire kill this time. Uh-oh. He done it. He got it. Either he got it on the last shot or it was a side salad Wendy. Hard to tell, but regardless, Chaos got it. Oh, that could have been disastrous there. Speaking of disasters, that almost was disastrous for Truant here in the Super Tanks level. Yep, Super Paladin TV is absolutely right. Yeah, if you play 7.5 vanilla, yeah, it's not that bad of a level. It's just annoying because it's long. In the randomizer, it's a million times worse because it's usually got Boss Bass or Angry Sun or that little Cheep. One of those three. You have to hope you get the large enemy set. Look at that. Done with World 7 already as Chaos. He's on his way to World 8. What a quick trip to World 7 here for Chaos. And Truant succumbs to the Goomba here in 2-5. Unfortunately, it has not been Truant's night. Yeah, did use a hammer. I mean, yeah, you have to have the resources typically. You're not going to have a super duper mega free world. It just doesn't work that way. You have to have some kind of resource. As Chaos gets the fire kill on Ludwig von Koopa and moves on to World 8. All right, folks, it's that time again. How many obstacles? You could tell me how many levels plus how many bridges, but I want to know how many obstacles you think. So last time we had 2 bridges, 1 level for a total of 3 obstacles. I'm going to raise it. 4. 2 bridges, 2 levels. 2 bridges, 2 levels. So 4 is my guess. All right, so here we go with World 8. No locks up front. And a required 3-9 to start things off. Truant's now in 1-2. Wow, hitbox, anybody? He just got hitboxed right there. That was disgusting. Speaking of disgusting, this enemy set is disgusting. Nice jump, though, from Truant. Let's see if he can get a power-up. Star's gonna help. He'll be able to finish this level off, no problem. Good save there from Truant. Oh, double Big Bertha. Holy smokes. What an ending here to 3-9. We got a double Big Bertha situation. Chaos is able to get through it, though. Here's the World 3 airship now for Truant. All right, here comes 1-4, the very first level in the game where you could get a white mushroom house. I do wonder, could a white mushroom house appear in World 8? I beg to ask that question. If I was to play this, I would try to get all the coins. Answer is no. All right. Good to know. Good to know. Wasn't sure if a white mushroom house could show up in World 8 or not. Even though it's 1-4. Okay. I wasn't sure about that. Okay. The answer is no. All right, has plenty of hammers. You might as well use it because this could be the pipe to get to Bowser's Castle for Chaos. Resource management could prove to be key. Well, there's another lock. Well, all right, he's going to have to play through these 2, and we do have Carpet Fort. 6F3, and oh, we got Cheep. Ruining another person's day in 610. Gonna P-wing this level. I don't blame him. All right, so Marky Mark does say that a white mushroom house can show up in World 8. So yeah, as long as the level is there, if you meet the requirements of said level, you can get that white mushroom house in World 8. Good to know. I certainly wouldn't have guessed that, but then again, I've never gotten white mushroom house levels in World 8 when I've played, because I usually just try and skip them. Then again, I haven't played the new flag set either. So there is the Boom Boom. It's a one-hitter here at Carpet Fort, and Truant takes care of 610. It's an anchor in World 8? Wow. I mean, it's true because there's no white mushroom house in World 8, because in Worlds 1, 3, 5, and 7, it's a P-Wing. 2, 4, and 6, it's an anchor, so it makes sense that 8 would also be an anchor. Interesting. More you know. Meanwhile, we are back in the Navy. Get your salutes out in chat. You can sail the 7 seas. Boom, boom. 2 is not enough. Nope, it's not 3. Nope, not 4. It's all 5. Trying to quickly get through 6-9. No problem there. It's going to see 7-5 up next, and I wonder if he's going to skip it. I do believe he still has one Jugum Cloud left. We're still trying to find the way to Bowser's Castle. And so far, no dice. I'm gonna have to play this level, it looks like, and it's 7-4. Nasty level in the middle of the game. Not so nasty when you turn off auto-scrollers. You know, talk about the auto-scrollers. There are... Oh, no! And Truant... Oh... Lost the input there. I've had that happen many times. You hate to see it. Now, auto-scrollers are turned off, but there are 3 exceptions. You have seen 2 out of the 3 exceptions up to this point. Atlantis... Coin Heavens, and we have not seen 5-9 yet. The diagonal auto-scrolling, look at that. A star kill of that Lotus. Great job there from Cha0s. Truant trying to... Missed the timing there on that Disco Waffle. Alright, another level in his way, and his inventory's getting dangerously low. Speaking of 5-9... All I had to do was talk about it, folks, and the situation presents itself. Hopefully we don't have too many fire chomps. Yeah, this is another one of the auto-scrollers that cannot be turned off. It can be difficult, but sometimes you get a break and you get no fire chomps. Unfortunately, that is not the case here today. Hopefully that's the only one. We'll see if it is. Nope, there comes a second one. Wow! Didn't even jump on it. I thought he was going to take a damage there. Cha0s is through 5-9. And Truant does get through Alaska, no problem, on the second attempt. And he's going to see Atlantis here. Yeah, he's going to skip it. Yeah, use the star. Don't take any chances. Is this Bowser's Castle? We have 4 blocks, 4 obstacles. It's 3 levels and 1 bridge. That's what I tried to guess last time. And this time I went... What did I go? I think I went 2 and 2. So I got the number right, but not the types right. The answer was 3 and 1. Got 1 lock, 3 levels. So he's either going to need a hammer to break the lock, or he needs to complete the right 4. I don't know if he has any hammers left, though. All right, Wendy, no problem there for Truant. I do believe she was a side salad this time, so... Truant's able to get through Wendy and move on to the next world. Does have a hammer to spare, so in good shape. Next up is the 1-5 beta. And the bomb, it's a miss. It does not get its target, so I'm gonna have to watch out and take care of those Karibo shoes. It's a star, so he's gonna have to make a mad dash. Gets as far as he possibly can, is now gonna have to wait out this fire piranhas. We're now at Gallagher's watermelon patch, and Truant falls down, unfortunately. That's one of the beta levels. That's the 1-6 beta. And he's getting dangerously low on power, so he's going to use a music box to try this level again. Right, 1 more level left to go until Bowser's Castle, and it's 6-1 with Boss Bass. Ooh, good jump there. Nah, rushed it and ran right into the Koopa Troopa, the Paratroopa. Tough break. Cha0s with the star should be able to finish this off. Gets the Big Bertha down, the Boss Bass, but I know Cha0s did not want the fireworks, but you know what? We are treated to a fireworks show anyway. Give him 5 up. All right, so Cha0s has made it to the final level using the last of his resources. Here we go. Got a fire flower. So if he gets there with the fire flower intact, he'll need to get 35 fireballs on Bowser. But you can't cheese it anymore. You gotta do it right. right, Chaos gets the clip, but lost the input. Oh no! This time it's Chaos who loses an input. Oh no! The old yummy input, and he's out of resources, so he's gonna have to do this small. So this could get a little interesting, folks. This could get a little interesting. I mean, he still has quite a commanding lead, but I mean, this is not what Cha0s had in mind. He was just gonna hope he was gonna cruise to victory with that Fire Flower, but he had a yummy input at absolutely the worst time. Truant, unfortunately, not finding the correct path to get to the promised lands. All right, so Cha0s gonna have to take this part carefully, because those Potobos go up way high, so you really got to make sure that you get high enough. I would imagine he's gonna take this power up. Hopefully it's something. Oh, it's a star. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Gonna have to earn it this time, Cha0s. So he's gonna take the bottom path because there's a power up. Hopefully it's not a star. Star's not gonna help him. Trying to take this very carefully. It is not a star this time. But he's zapped by the statue. Oh, just trapped. Speaking of stars, Truant gets one at the end of that Piranha level. And right now, Cha0s not in the predicament he thought he was going to be in. And there it is. You know, Truant is on his way. You know, if Cha0s continues to falter here in Bowser's Castle, you know, we call World 8 the Great Equalizer for a reason. Well, unfortunately, an equalizer on Truant's side, known as Bullet Bill, is going to delay his progress a bit. There's just one problem, that Truant doesn't have any hammers for World 8, so going to have to play out everything to get to Cha0s' position. All right, so Cha0s took top path this time. Wow, nice jump there from Cha0s. All right, gonna have to ground pound his way to victory here. And again, Bowser's hitbox is its entire body now, so you can't do the cheese strats anymore. Gonna have to do it the way the developers intended you to play this fight. So Truant has made it to World 8, but that clock is ticking. All right, it's looking real good for Cha0s, just has to survive one more wave. Oh, not in the right spot. Oh, Cha0s barely missed that. All right, let's see if he gets it on this attempt. Got it that time. Get your GGs out for SMB3 It wasn't pretty, but it doesn't matter. A win is a win. That is going to put SMB3 at 6-4 and give him a pretty good shot of making it to the bracket stages. GG's. It's an official time of 46 minutes and 16 seconds for SMB3, and Truant has waved the white flag on this one. Truant made it to World 8 this time, but once again, SMB3 with a rather comfortable lead throughout this entire race has made it to 6-4 and stands a pretty good shot at making the top 32. All right, folks, and we do have SMB3 here in the commentator's booth with us. GG. Solid performance tonight. I know the ending wasn't as pretty as you wanted it to be. You lost that input, unfortunately, when you had that fire suit and had to do the Bowser's Castle small, but you did manage to pull it off. You got the 2 wins that you absolutely needed to have tonight. You are 6-4, and you stand a chance to make the top 32 and make the brackets. How you feeling tonight?
The first seed wasn't great, but the second seed somehow managed to be even worse. So
Yeah, I can
not,
tell.
I'm not sure how that happened, but it did.
A lot of reasons. One, the very first level ended up being Piranha Fort 7F2, so that was no bueno. Two, you had Atlantis. Three, we did have Alcatraz with Boss Pass, which you wisely skipped.
yeah. See, I like even before I even saw the boss bass, I was like, you know what, I'm just taking a death because I knew I had the cloud, so I wasn't gonna play it regardless. But then the boss bass was there. It's like, okay, easiest cloud of my life.
Oh, no question about it. And then 100 times out of 100, you're using that star on that Hammer Brothers fight. So, yeah, absolutely good resource management. You know, you saved all your hammers for World 8, which definitely helped you out because it was quite a convoluted World 8. You had 3 levels that needed to be completed, plus a lock that needed to be broken. A total of 4 obstacles on Bowser's Castle. Not fun at all, but wasn't pretty. But as I said, it doesn't matter how pretty or ugly it is. A win is a win, and these 2 wins tonight very well might put you into the brackets.
Yeah, I mean, should be interesting to see how it plays out. I haven't been a part of the community very long, but you know, it's always a good feeling to get some wins on your belt, and we'll see how it ends up going. Even if I manage to get into brackets, I don't think I'll be a very high seed. So, you know, I might be out first round going against somebody like, you know, Danny or Proa, but you know, we'll see how it goes. And you know,
Oh, certainly indeed. I'll tell you what, you know, I've known you at first, but from doing, you know, Faxanity Randomizer. Now you dabbled in Zelda Randomizer. Now you're in Mario 3 Randomizer. You made the brackets in the Zelda Randomizer tournament, and now you stand, I'd say, a pretty solid chance of making the brackets here in the Mario 3 Randomizer tournament. So, you know, you're building that repertoire of being a jack of all trades randomizer runner, and hey, you keep it up, you might be one of the top someday.
that'd be nice, right? Something to look forward to.
Absolutely, indeed. So I don't know if we're going to get an interview with TruantGamer or not, but yeah, you pretty much had comfortable leads in both the races. Truant just had some problems here and there. I mean, 7F2 just got off to a real rotten start. No, it's just an awful first level to go through. And if I would have had this seed, you give me this seed, and you would have shown me 7F2 first, I would have like, new seed. I hate 7F2.
You already know you're in for a ride when the very first level is 7F2. So.
Yeah, if I roll a seed in my first level 7F2, I'm like, next seed. No thanks.
I don't blame you at all for that one.
Anyways, I tell you, what'd you think of the world order in that second race? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 7.
I didn't even actually. Now that you pointed out, yeah, I wasn't even really thinking about it initially, but yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty interesting.
Oh, very interesting indeed. You know, I was pointing it out through the entirety of the run, and you know, we all got excited when we saw that the order, because you know, we've always wanted to see the reverse world order. So this was like the pseudo reverse world order seed that we got here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously the Bowser's Castle at the end there could have gone a lot better. But
yeah, it was rough, but you know, the first one went good, but yeah, second one, just throw it out the window. And you know, if you're gonna have a bad one in a run where you know you were just in control. So,
well, what I'm really trying to find out is that with that bottom route, I was trying to get the mushroom. And that laser just wouldn't stop. Like, I don't even know what I was supposed to do there. I couldn't get through it. I legitimately didn't know what to do there.
Bowser's just like, turn back. Turn back.
So
you don't
like
want
at that
this
point,
path.
right. So at that point, I just was like, you know what? All right, we'll take the L and just take the top path, and hopefully that'll go a bit smoother. Hopefully I won't lose the input again.
Yeah, fortunately, you know, fireballs were tamed. That last jump, though, very nicely done, because that fireball was in a real bad spot. You did a mini jump, and you nailed it perfectly. That's not easy to do, Chaos.
Thank you.
Absolutely, but GG's on your performance tonight, and you'll have to wait and see. But as you know, top 32 get into the brackets. Your 6-4 record might be good enough to get to the brackets. We got plenty of races, of course, left to go here in week 5. So all you can do is sit and watch and hope for the best at this point. But again, GG on your performance tonight, and we wish you the luck and see if you make it to the brackets. So GG.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks again for comms and for the restream and everyone in chat, and hopefully everyone has a good night. And I'll see you later.
Thank you very much there, Chaos. And please make sure you give both of our runners a follow tonight, Cha0sFinale and TruantGamer. They played very, very well. And of course, Cha0sFinale, 2 big wins tonight, putting them at 6-4, giving them a good shot of making it to the bracket stages. Of course, plenty of races left in week 5. In fact, we do have some races coming up here tomorrow. In fact, we do have a matinee race lined up tomorrow. We've got Jukabadi versus Equations 19 on SpeedGaming 2 at noon Eastern. So a matinee race. So if you're looking for something to watch during your lunchtime, that's the place to go on SpeedGaming 2. There's plenty of other races tomorrow night. It looks like we've got 5, 6, 7 races. 7 races. So we have a lot of action. Check your SpeedGaming schedule to find out when those races are going to be, because we've got a lot of barn burners, I'm sure. So with that, everyone, that is going to wrap up our coverage here tonight on SpeedGaming. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight here, and we hope you enjoyed the race. We've got plenty of races left to go here in week 5 of the Swiss rounds, as our contestants are going to be jockeying for position here in the bracket stages of that 2025 Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tournament. We're all here on SpeedGaming. I'm LOZ Cardsfan 23. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you again tomorrow for more exciting coverage of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament 2025 here on our SpeedGaming family of networks. Good night, everyone.